Thank you. I am from District 2560, Niigata Prefecture. My name is Aramaki. Thank you very much for your wonderful speeches. What I think is that as an interact in my school, there are so many foreign students, students from Iran, Vietnam, Malaysia, and even if there is a problem in those countries, I don't think we have to label individuals just because of the political situation in that country. We have to respect each other's personality. And I am sure that we will lead to the world peace. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you. So over here. I belong to the Rotary Club that Mr. Galbadoha is belong to. I am from Mongolia. My name is Daha. What I want to say here, to achieve peace, I think what's important is the development. Of course, there are developing countries and industrialized countries. There is difference in those countries. So we have to really understand what's the difference between those countries. So we have to exercise our thinking through the perspective micro way and a micro way. And Rotarians really have big heart and open heart. So I am sure they can understand, they can put their shoes into those people's situations. However, right now we have this information, we are in the information society. So I think that society is somehow becoming more fragile. So Rotarians can offer support in those areas as well. So I think what's important is to think about, and we have to really look at the trees rather than looking at the forest. I'm so glad we had so many speakers. I would like to stop this session at 11:25, so maybe some of you might not be able to speak. I apologize for that. I'm from 2650. I belong to Rotaract Club. I was Interact and I continue on to Rotaract. And when I was in Interact, I went to Thailand to participate in activities. I'd like to specifically speak to Rotaractors, Interactors. Please go overseas. And through that, you will be able to view Japan really objectively. And I would really like to encourage all of you to go overseas. And if you need assistance, please go ask help from Rotary clubs. If it's not possible, just please go overseas for travel. And I am sure Rotary actors worldwide in the world and the Rotarians in the world will be welcoming you and to tell you about things. So I would like to ask World International to come up with some kind of system to assist that. And if world is not safe, traveling abroad is not possible. So this is something that I wanted to say. Thank you. Probably our next speaker will be the last speaker. Thank you. I come from District 2720. My name is Ogata. I'll be very concise. Something what we can do in our daily lives. I'd like to suggest is to share the crisis, which means we have to really come up with a practical way to take a look at our daily lives objectively, and to share what you're feeling about making peace with others, and that will lead to a more practical way. So I think sharing those feelings is very, very important. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your cooperation. As I was very moved actually by having so many speakers in this session, and we were able to exchange so many different opinions and ideas. And from the speakers on the stage as well, they gave us suggestions for our practical actions. So I would like to talk about the main objective of this session. In this session, we talked about what can new generations do for achieving peace. And we heard from both speakers on the stage and speakers from the floor. What we can do, there are so many things that we can do. If we can achieve any of that in our daily lives, we can step closer to making peace. So I have to ask you to think about why we came up with so many suggestions in this session. Yesterday, we talked about what are the obstacles to achieving peace. We have discussed those. That's why we were able to come up with these specific suggestions. And I would like to tell you two summary. And for peace, for making peace, we have to be aware of the fact that there are so many things that we can do in our daily lives. And we also have to face the fact that there are obstacles to prevent peace. So I think those two things are the result and outcomes of our sessions from yesterday and today. Thank you very much for your cooperation. I'd like to ask Mr. Inai again. Thank you very much, Professor Sato. This PowerPoint, what she just talked about, please keep in mind what she just described now. I'm sure this was a great, enriched, fruitful session. I hope that all of you will start doing something. So we have reached 11:30. The theme of this forum is Peace Begins with You. Especially, maybe we have to think about a theme as Peace Begins with Me. Let's chant this wonderful theme. Would you agree? Okay, so speakers on the stage, let's please stand up. Okay, so we say peace begins with you, and I would like all of you to say peace begins with you.
Peace begins with you. さあ続けます。Peace
Following.
begins with me. はい、どうもありがとうございました。
Thank you very much.